archive forums to the Facebook ZX forum communities that I'm a part of. Just getting everything started. Obviously, H wants to be in the video, but you have to chill. Alright, so this is the beginning of, what is that, making a Gen 1.5, just like the fairings for my ZX14 Gen 1, which will have Gen 2 plastic. And he loves to make noise while we're, hold on. See, just like children, they gotta be taken care of. But in any case, the first setup is the rear seat cowl. Now, it's doesn't, maybe I have to get the Gen 2 seat because it might sit a little bit higher. But as of right now, there's a little spacing here, but it looks better than the Gen 1. So just gonna archive this. I'm gonna do the rear of the bike first, and then I'm gonna do the front and make sure that I have the Gen 2 headlights and everything. The one thing that I'm gonna miss is my halo lights. That might be a separate project where I'll take the housings out from the Gen 1 and put them inside here. But we'll see how that goes, because it looks like the headlights for the Gen 2, there's the right side. It looks like I can get in here and swap it. Yeah, I'm thinking I could swap it, but we'll see. But for right now, I'm just gonna have just like the straightforward look. But this is the beginning of Project Gen 2 bodywork. So we'll be back. I went to do an inventory of the plastics, make sure all was good. I actually got a steering damper for it for the 14. Apparently, I'm waiting for the neck brace. So yeah, pardon the table. But if you're gamers, I got a Project Scorpio Xbox One X edition. You can check that out on my other channel, but neither here nor there. Upon a detailed inspection, the plastics came in a bit scratched up, scuffed up a bit, and under light, I'm seeing a lot of stuff I'm not happy with. I'm pretty sure I can try to buff that out, but yeah, that's not cool. You know, we're gonna give them bad feedback on Amazon. No, actually it was on eBay. But as you can see, I have everything laid out. This is what Lexi the Destroyer is going to look like. But due to the inclement weather, it's really cold. Really cold. And then I have to clean my car because I'm meeting up with a friend of mine tomorrow. I'm gonna spend some time out in New York. So I'm gonna possibly do the rear. Now, I was looking at these casings. What the hell are these? I might have to go back into the box and see if I missed anything, because I don't see a pair here. But some of the internals from the Gen 1 I'm going to just simply keep. But yeah, from inspecting everything, a lot of it's the same. Like the under plastic, the belly plastics. You know, I mean, for the overall look for gloss, I'm gonna probably paint those glossy. Same goes for a couple of the other spots, like this one as well. But really, all I really wanted were the Wolverine slash marks on the side. If there was a way that I could retrofit that onto the Gen 1 body, I would just do it that way. Because to be honest with you, I'm a fan of the Gen 1 front nose, because it looks like my Gen 2 ZX10. But I mean, still, it's gonna be alright. But yeah, potentially what the bike is it's gonna have a more shiny look to it. I know I had some folks offering to buy my other fairings. That's depending on how well this goes, you know. It's not too loose or anything, but yeah. So this is just a vlog for Generation 1 ZX10Rs with Generation 2 plastics. as I went to look at the bike, it looks like it's gonna like fit straight on, and there have been some accounts saying that it will with minimum alteration. So we're gonna take a look at the bike. Alright, we've returned. We're at the rear of the bike, and literally I was inspecting it all. The one thing I'm wondering about is like the air ducts or the side plastics, if that's gonna change. Someone was telling me something about the speedo might need some adjustments, but for the most part, sizing wise, when I actually put everything right next to it, like even with the mid fairing, I put that side to side, it was almost identical when I took this off. So it's not so much of an issue. This is the thing I didn't like. I couldn't really, you know, do anything with that. But when I take them off, I'm gonna get that repaired. But other than that, it looks like it's gonna be a simple project. I'm gonna see if my buddy Jonathan, who helped me do Lola's setup, is available. Oh, shout out to Absolute. That was a hell of a class. Made me a better rider for sure. These tore them suckers up. But ZX14. This is just going to be the hype video, promo video. I'm not gonna do it today because I can't record a time lapse, and I think that would be like a powerful way of utilizing my YouTube setup so that you guys can actually see it transform. I'll have my phone or my other camera set up in such a way where you'll see just the beginning to end. Alright, so with that being said, this is Alex X's ZX Predator, priming up for that project. I may do it tomorrow afternoon, we'll see if it's a little bit warmer, but it was freaking cold. Like, yesterday, New York, New Jersey area had a cold snap. We're down in temperature, so like I said, I'll see y'all later. Forums. I ran into a little snag. I was trying to seat the 14 Gen 2 seat cowl on to the base, but it would not allow me to do that. The reason for this is when you look at the two, there's some subtle changes to it. As you can see, there's a dip right here that allows the cowl to actually seat properly. So doing the rear is actually pretty easy. It's only 3 parts on there. Well, it's 3 pieces, but I'm gonna try. Yeah, my camera girl's not here, but this is definitely gonna be. I wanted to time lapse this part, but I knew I can do the rear without any issue. So this is the Gen 1. Okay, if this thing will sit up right. The Gen 2, yeah, you see the little section that allows for the seat to go down. So we'll be back. A little update. I got the rear seat cowl. This is the section I'm talking about. This is not compatible with the old body, so the rear is done. It's looking good so far. Man, I can't wait. And you know, actually using the old grommets worked out pretty well. It's on there, but for a fact, I do need to get the Gen 2 seat. There's a little bit of space here, but it's so firm it doesn't even matter. But that is looking tight, and obviously a stark contrast to the front. But I may not even have to mess around with the tank because that's the last thing. It still has the. I'll put another clear coat on it. Like on camera, it looks good, but like I'm starting to see because I was, you know, laying on it. I'm gonna put the tank grips and all that. But yeah, it was a direct bolt on. There's no angling, no nothing. So that gives me hope for the front of the bike, because if you eyeball it, the only concerns I have, I know it's gonna be right up here with the air duct. What's going on, ZX Forums, Cali Forums, Alex Lexus, aka the New Jersey Predator. I am a lot better. Shoulder, neck, and my hip, we're all good to go. Still sore, but now it's mid-November. Not gonna do anything crazy, but I just wanted to do a follow-up on the conversion project. As you can see, I already put the Gen 2 tail fairings on it. Here's what we were talking about. I got to get the Gen 2 seat because there is some spacing, because the seat is a little bigger. All right, but it's kind of raining today, so what I'm gonna do is, this is kind of like a final snapshot of the Gen 1 body. If I can direct your attention, here are the Gen 2 plastics that I'm gonna put. I went to inventory everything. Yeah, he's in doggy jail. He actually got loose a little earlier, but I'm gonna keep this part short, and I gotta work in the rain, so it is what it is. But I got the front fender, the underskirts, the lower belly, the front fairing. It's kind of scuffed up over here, but you know, yeah, those eBay guys, you gotta be careful with them. All right, got the mid fairing on the left and the belly. So pretty much got everything start up so far. But as you can see, the back on the Gen 2 plastics will go on straightforward, except for the seat. I may do a modification or actually get another seat. I'm trying to buy a seat from a guy in Hillside who's selling his bike. I was going to tell him I'll give him this or a stock seat to sell with his bike, and if I can buy his, because he has his modified and whatnot. But what I've done here, I already pre-loosened everything. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of do it like straightforward. What I did want to point out are some similarities. Even though the mid plastic on the Gen 2 is bigger, it still looks vastly similar to what we see on the Gen 1. And the tank fairing is identical. If I'm not too happy with the scuff, I'll probably just you know, do what I got to do with it. Damn, I hope it doesn't rain too much, but it's what it is. Worst case scenario, I want to do a partial time lapse of me working on it, but I'm gonna start by removing the front, and just stay tuned, break the video up a little something. I also wanted to point out, I did go ahead and get a steering stabilizer similar to what I have on Lola, but Kawasaki, for the leader bike, actually sent it from the factory. On this one, I have to put it right here because I did have a little episode with the tank slapping, but this will probably be separate. But you know, a quick unboxing of, you know, a brand that I picked up. All right, it looks pretty straightforward for the most part, but I'm gonna have that combined with this over here. Only set me back like 120 or less. And then here's my Grommet Kit. I went and just got brand new ones for the ZX14 for those plastics. So I pulled the bike in because it started coming down a little bit, but you know, just trucking along, and I'll keep you updated. Now this is, you know, when I recorded the first portion, when I was doing the rear, my intent was to do it that day, but it was really cold. I just couldn't bear it. So as you can see, the rain beads. So I'm gonna take this off. My camera girl, she's home. Hopefully I can get her to, like, as I'm doing certain portions, well, I'll just angle the camera a certain way. I gotta invest in some like camera equipment for this channel as opposed to my gaming channel, but it's all good. But this is already loose. It's about to come off. Alright, the little demon is barking again. Alright, so I'm going to take that off, and the front assembly is off. What I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to leave the headlights in there. I'm going to pull all the wiring harness ends out, pull my headlights out, and I'm going to bring down the headlights from upstairs. But it pretty much is kind of straightforward, but what I think I may need, I may need to take this bracket because I'm not sure what was screwed into it. But the grommet's over here. Alright, so I'll hold that in place. Alright, so I may need to take that and put it on the other setup, but hopefully that's not gonna cause me an issue, that U bracket right here. But yeah, the front. All right, I'll be back with the whole disassembly. Ran into a hiccup, but nothing that can't be managed. So as of right now, I'm gonna use my nifty little light here. All right, I got the front off. There was some custom wiring work for the angel eyes, so I'm gonna keep these capped off because I'm probably gonna put the angel eyes set in the other housing. But I got the whole front off. But yeah, they definitely did custom wiring to it, because as you can see right there, they drilled holes to power the angel eyes. But I'm gonna keep it as a backup, you know, like always, this extra fair set of eyes. You never know. If I can get these and put them in the other housing, then that might be a project in itself. If I can do it today, I will. If not, then, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, as of right now, all that's coming off, like the rain let up a little bit, but all that's coming off is just the sides. And then what I'm going to do is, actually the most important part, I had to get the brackets off of this. I'm gonna build the front up over there. I'm gonna bring the headlights down and then start to assemble everything. It shouldn't be too bad. So far so good. And I've come to find out that my battery that came with the bike is shot. It's not holding a charge. Like, you know, Lola woke up. I was able to start her, no problem. But as you can see right now, it looks a lot. All the Kawasaki's have like the same innards. They kind of all look like they're in the same family. But I'm gonna try again. But I'm worried about the spotty rain because of the wiring. So once I get the front on, then I'm gonna start working on the sides and take it from there. So yeah, it stopped raining. I'm gonna, once I get the front on, at least I'm gonna push it back because of light. But what's gonna happen here, I'm gonna start building up the front end. I'm gonna try to do this with one hand as best I can. But right now, this is the left assembly. Yeah, I'm gonna start screwing that down. And I should be using the GoPro so that I can kind of see what's happening, so you can see it from my perspective. I don't know if these needs grommets or such. I'm seeing something here. I think I need the grommets. Let me take a look at the other one. Oh, okay. I gotta drill into those holes, or screw into the holes, like right here. Okay, that should be alright. So now I'm gonna borrow one of the older ones just to open it up a little bit, and I need a star screwdriver. There the garage is kind of exploded. Alright. So at least to start place holding a couple of these things. So I'm gonna get this built up and I'll be back. I'm gonna get a tripod for the rest, maybe, but we'll see. Alright, knee deep in this project. So here is the built inner nose fairing. Everything, since it was so new, I had to open up some of the holes, and unfortunately one of my tabs had a little bit of an issue. I had a mishap. Doing it by myself kind of sucks, but here we are over here, the Gen 1 housing. As you can see, Gen 2, Gen 1. You know, the Gen 2 looks like pretty much the same. It's just like, I guess, different shapes, because but that stabilizing bracket keeps everything aligned. It's nice and solid. And then, you know, put it on the ground without busting anything. Okay, so here's Lola's new face. It's gonna look like a new bike almost by the time that's set up. But I'm gonna start doing the test fitting and get it onto the bike. Everything else, I think this was the hardest part, like really without saying, because trying to make sure everything was lined up with one hand, that wasn't fun at all. So yeah, the front, build the front, put it on the bike, and then everything else will fall into place. So yeah, so the front nose is looking good. I think that the rest should start moving along rather quickly. So I'm sorry I can't do the time lapse, it's just not possible. But I'm gonna push the bike out and do the sides. But you know, it's looking good so far. Most of the stuff is pretty much identical. So those who said that it's not compatible, you are 100% wrong. You know, make sure you have your grommets. The kit, that's like $9. You know, it can be done. It can be done. But moving along, I'll be back, folks. Here we are. This is what the bike is looking like right now. And unfortunately, daylight savings really sucks. I'm running out of daylight, so the project might run into tomorrow. But as of right now, I forgot to put these mounting tabs so I can put the side fairing or the air duct covers. But this is what it's looking like right now. I'm trying to see if the holes line up a little bit. But if I have to make any adjustments, I will. But like the rubber for the air duct, you have to make sure you push it in real good. I made some adjustments and everything, but Lexi is actually looking like a Gen 2 right now. I'm thinking I might leave this one, the fender, even though it's a little scratched up from the bump, but it's looking really good. It literally, it fits right on. So I definitely lost my angle lights on this project with the conversion, but it's coming along. So and to my people in the ZX forums, Cali forums, the Facebook community page, and shout out to Sergeant Darius South, my man just picked up a Generation 1. Shout out to him and his wife. My battle's over there, fighting the good fight with my unit. So giving you a little plug, brother. And to Raymond, Oliver, all the other guys, you know, I'm keeping y'all in mind as I'm doing this. But now we have the gloss over here and the gloss in the back. So the rest is pretty much kind of simple. I just have to retrofit the lights, got all the parts. Make sure the heat shields, I'm gonna have to take them off right here and put them on the other fairings. So and the visor, I gotta take the windscreen off too. So I'm gonna bolt this down, put the mirrors on, and then get ready for the next phase of the project. But man, it looks mean. Like a tiger. Alright. Alright, ZX forums, Kai forums. I so far went ahead and put the Gen 2 tank cowl on. It fits right on. What I did though, I took spray foam insulator and put it on the interior because this didn't have it. But also wanted to let you know that I installed a steering damper on here. It was a kind of a challenge, but I mean it's looking good so far. I had to find my own bolt at the bottom to put in, and then I can go between hard and soft steering. I needed that for the tank slapping, like that wasn't gonna work for me. But you know, taking a quick look. Yeah, so far this is what the bike is looking like. It's taking shape. Still got some work to do, but yeah, I ran out of daylight and I had to put the plastics up. And then I ran into an issue. Maybe one of you guys can help me out. I got the battery on a tender, but something isn't right. This is like the third time that it happened, but like the bike it's trying to turn on, but it's like I fired it up. Everything was fine. You can't see it with the glare on, but you actually see like the oil light flicker. Yeah, but then when I sit the bike up a little bit, then it'll like turn on, and like the battery is like super drained. So hopefully it is just the battery, because it's been kind of cold, and you know, I thought that there was a new battery in there, but if that's not the case, then I'm gonna go ahead and get that. But I did notice that the headlights were flickering, so I'm hoping, like Omar was telling me, it might be the relay that I have to replace. But as of now, the bike is coming together. It looks really good, and when it did light up earlier, you know, it was looking fantastic. But one thing I will say, that what was this? I actually had to do some adjustments because I did screw something down in here. It holds it in place, but my when I put the mirror on, like it was kind of short. Like this, these bolts are kind of short, so I'm thinking I might have to like cut something. Yeah, or like put a depression in there to get everything in. But so far so good. I'll try to put the windscreen up, and yeah, but that damper, if you can get it, I would highly suggest it. You know, for my style of ride, I think it would be the best thing to have. But this is Alex Lexus. Ordinarily, a project like this would only take me a day. But with my work schedule, daylight savings, and all that, I'm just gonna, you know, take a bow. But with that, stay tuned to my Facebook followers, my YouTube people. You know, this is for you guys. Share this for the ZX forum, ZX14 forums, because a lot of people keep asking the question, but no one documents it. So, you know, most of my videos, I want you to use them as an encyclopedia log. Share it with the world. I don't get nothing out of it. It's for you guys. So this is an Alex Lexus. I'll be back with the next portion of the video when I come back tomorrow. Alright, I was fiddling around with something before I went up, but guess what? The air duct covers fit directly on. No modification required. It just goes on there really straightforward. I think if I can get it, if I can push forward, I can get this done tomorrow. But I think also with the cut of my plastics, see, oh, I already covered it up, but the bolt, you won't, it doesn't clear all the way, so I have to actually grind on the inside of here to have that seat through. But yeah, the windscreen fit directly. Like, literally, it's just cosmetic. Like, the Gen 1 and Gen 2, aside from the Gen 2 motor being bigger and sitting lower, it's about the same. So, yeah, the dampers in there, and this, the air duct covers, like, it's direct, like literally direct. So, I'm going to do the spray foam and put some aluminum in there to kind of replicate what I had. But you know, if you're doing a Fairings project and then you get it like brand new, make sure you ask the vendor to send you the heat shields on it, because yeah, I gotta either pull from the old ones, and you really need it for the tank and the sides and the belly. So we'll see. But it's funny, the Gen 1 belly is compatible with the Gen 2 plastics, which I found out. by inspecting, but it's coming along. Day 3, and I believe the final day of this project. This is where I'm at in the process. I found out why the bike wasn't turning. The ground was a little jacked up, so put some brake cleaner in there, scrubbed it a little bit, so we're further along. All that's left are the side fairings. I have to get the housing all lined up, but as you can see, the gauge for the Gen 1 cluster will go flush with the side pieces, so it's like a Gen 1.5, so to speak. But it actually, I was worried about the tank not matching. It actually went pretty smooth with it, with the color and all that. So, and I think my grommet fell into the damn it. Alright, no worries. I'm gonna have to get that out. Steering stabilizer on, check. Everything else is gonna look pretty okay. Also, with the rear seat cone, I have to drill some holes because it wasn't straight. But I'm gonna get that fixed. But once this is completed, I'm gonna do the nice walk around with it, and we'll be set. I do need some recommendations on like a pipe. I want Brock's, but like, you know, I gotta do this on a budget because, you know, house and, you know, other bills and everything. But, you know, whatever recommendations you can make, and looking to put a second fan in there. So far so good, making progress. Right, folks, it is coming along. So far I got the front bolted down. Had a little bit of an issue because I had to do some drilling. It wasn't like spot on, but so far we got the cowl for the tank, the rear, got the mirrors, headlights, and everything wired up. And now that we fixed the ground issue, bike's firing right up. Oh, I got it in gear. Alright, back in neutral. Alright, so got the headlights. Man, that was looking sexy. Sexy. Alright. Alright. So far so good. It's looking good. Gonna start working on the sides. And that was the hardest part, the front. I had to use my grinder and start fabbing holes and whatnot, but it's starting to come together rather nicely. So here we go. Alright folks, I'm working on the side plastics. The bracket for the turn signal, this is the example on the right side. It actually, I took it off of the old one, put it directly on. I know there's some minor spacing differences, but I'm gonna kind of try to force a little bit, but I'm sure we're gonna be just fine with it. Just trying to get around some of the little nagging issues, but for the most part everything seems to be coming together and it's taking shape. So so far so good. Now the left side tends to it slid in a little easier, and also the heat shield foam, I had to pull that off, and I'm gonna use Flex Seal and kind of trim the excess and put it on the interior. But you know, we're moving along. You're gonna have to do that for the intake side too, for the air valves. But other than that, we're moving along. I had to do a little bit of work, but I'm getting there. I am almost done. What I did, I decided to use the old belly, and I'm just gonna work that, because it actually, the Gen 1 belly and the 2 or find. The reason I kept it is because of the heat shield on the inside. It was just too much labor to pull that off, spray foam it, stick it to the other stuff, but I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. So the bike is coming together. Yeah, just doing this by yourself sucks. If you have a friend or somebody that could give you a hand, that would highly be recommended. But I am almost there. I did want to point out there's some grommets that you want to put in the back for the duck covers, you know, but we're slowly making progress. I may be getting to a stopping point because I am tired. Been doing this all day long, and you know, some things I want to point out. I had to use the spray foam insulator to, you know, kind of work around with it, but literally, you know, if you put like your layering in, everything pretty much lines up. This like fits snug to the radiator on the front of the bike. I don't know if I can show you, like it actually wraps it. They're about the same size. The only thing is the motor is bigger on the Gen 2. It sits lower, you know, but making progress for you guys. Alright, after hours and hours of labor, I am at a point where I can show the bike. This is a Lola 1.5 or Lexi the Destroyer, my many different names. Going to show you, it's not finished because I actually have to get under the tank cowl. I put too much spray foam in there, and it was protruding up, so it kind of pushed these parts of the fairings up. But you know, I just wanted to put that out there. I had to pause for the train, but here we are. Gonna take a nice little side shot. Okay, so the Gen 2 plastics do fit on this bike. Just doing a quick walk around, starting from the right side of the bike. The profile remained the same for the most part. I gotta make sure that I cover up my plate. Alright, so we got the left side, and pretty much on some level there's some seamless setup to it. So this walk around now, it looks like a Gen 2. So also I wanted to kind of go into some of the details. The air intake covers, pretty much you don't need to change the speedo. Shout out to Raymond. Yeah, you don't have to do anything with it. It fits really tight, snug. Like, and it has the lips underneath that actually hugs the other fairing. All right, so we're gonna start the bike up. All right, so right now got the regular headlights. Now we got the high beams. Looking really good right now. Alright. Alright. So there you have it. Oh, I make sure blinkers and everything are working as they should. Yeah, so the conversion is complete. Yeah, I just had to go into the tank and kind of shave off the extra. That's what I used to kind of do the temporary repair on my Predator Wolf helmet. I do want to add, like I said, I kept the belly from the Gen 1 and it fits perfect. Like, it literally snapped in. The only difference, I had to drill the holes here, but other than that, it was fine, you know. So not much different. And somebody told me that putting these fairings on, I think it opens up a little more because there's a lot more space for the heat to escape. So I'm thinking the project is done for now. I'm gonna come back and do give some wrap ups and some challenges. If you get the OEM fairings, I think you'll be in better shape. But did have to do some modding around the mirrors. But that's what I got for you. Alex Lexus, aka the New Jersey Predator. Make sure you rate, comment, subscribe. Check out my Facebook page for the Predator's owners page for those of you who do have helmets. And I just wanted to show you it can be done. So shout out to ZX Forums, Cowie Forums, ZX10R.net, where I dwell from time to time. But I've been more on the 14 forums as of late. And then shout out to my boy Jay, who just got a 2018. He's gonna be picking it up from Motorcycle Mall. Shout out to those guys. I'm probably gonna work out something where I can, you know, kind of see some of their inventory. So shout out to the establishment, and I'm done. I'm out. Peace. All right, final look. The gloss finish kind of really works well with it. Looks good. Alright. Final inspections. Alright.